Yo people, Garrett doing here for another video, and in this video we are going to be checking out all the new information we just received for the next Flashing Lights game update. We have new images to show and some pretty important information that will change when we are able to access this version. But let's go ahead and deep dive into this. Drop a like on this video if you do find it helpful or you enjoy it, and please consider subscribing. Now this is a brand new image right in front of you, and it's pretty cool. Obviously we see one of our newer vehicles that are in the game. However, this part of the map we've never seen before. Now some cool things to point out. We have our building landscape in that top right hand corner. So obviously that will be some kind of city in the distance, and it looks like we are on a bridge to head over to this area. There's lots of land around the water, which makes me wonder if we're going to have more callouts in that area. On top of that, you can see the new trees and ground textures and road textures. A lot more variety than we've had in the past. Before we deep dive into what you're looking at, I want to talk about the new timeline for this release. Initially, it was going to be fully public in September, right at the end of the month. However, that has now changed. The developers announced that they need some more testing, they need the community's help, so we'll still be getting an unstable test branch, which you can opt into. It's like a beta that will contain some bugs. However, if you want the full update, you will have to wait until later in October, likely the last week. But of course, I'll be checking out the unstable test branch the second I can get my hands on it. So what's this image in front of us? Well, this is the new rural town. And it's a pretty cool intersection. You see, we do have our street lights. Right now in this image, it doesn't look like anything is in operation. I don't know if we'll have working lights by the time we get in game, or if it's just going to be turned off for the next little bit. But I wanted to mention some of the detail that they've been paying attention to. If you look at this pole, there's this really cool connector joint, which I don't think we've seen before. We have some new props on the ground as well. Now I know it's a bit blurry, but if you look really far back, there looks to be a new layout for those garbage bins or recycling bins. And you can definitely see some kind of hill in the distance. I'm assuming that will lead to the desert. And on to the next image, we have new dirt roads, a much requested feature for the new map. Look carefully and you'll spot the new suburban areas ahead. Just as I said, we'll zoom on in and take a look at that. Really cool. You can see how it's going to transition. Now, I will say, I would like this to be a bit more of a smooth crossover. Right now, it's really abrupt the way the dirt ends, and maybe that would be how it is in your life, but I would assume some of the sand or dirt or grind would be trailed over into the main road. So just some kind of texture overlay would be nice. But besides for that, you can see the way the landscape's going to be looking. It is really cool. We have nice looking tire tracks on the new texture. And we also have a cool way that they've kind of transitioned between the grass and dirty sand. Now, to me, this looks like sand, but it seems like they're going to call it dirt. So we'll have to see. Now, this is a little bit random, but I just wanted to mention this. I don't recognize this license plate name. I don't know who was playing when they took this screenshot. Maybe they just typed in something random. Now in this image, you can see the new railway tracks hanging above. Looks pretty nice. We've seen something similar to this in my past video. Make sure to check that out if you haven't, because there's a lot of images that we will not be shown in this one. However, this is really cool because we can finally see the way that the flashing lights are going to be bouncing off the surfaces in this part of the city. Now, if you look to the right-hand side, there is a new business district. So that's our first kind of look at that. We have some kind of garage on the far right. Doubt it's going to open, but again, nice seeing that level of detail. And it looks like they actually blurred out this license plate. I wonder why that is. But again, if there's anything of interest that I've not mentioned, definitely comment down below, because I want to have a discussion with you guys. So here's the new highway, and we received a little bit of a note beside the image saying new highways with fresh details. Obviously you can tell it looks very different than what we've had in the past. And they specifically said to note the road bumps on the right. So if we zoom in, you can see, yep, there are road bumps. And I'm curious if we're on a controller, how that will react. And again, with the blurred license plate, maybe they just forgot the one. But obviously in the distance, you can see the business district, and it looks great from this point of view. I love the way that all of these interstate bridges are forming into this main highway. And here is driving underneath the new highway. Now, keep an eye out for all of these new road textures, adding more variety to the world. Obviously, these are new textures than what we saw in the last image, and different than what we've seen in past versions of the game as well. Now, there's nothing too special to point out here, besides for the fact, obviously, it is again a different road texture. Now, there's no speed bumps at the side of this portion of the highway. Maybe up ahead where that turn is there are. No way to really know, but I'll definitely be driving through here once we're in game. And here is the final image and says, look at the new building types around the rural area. And yeah, these are brand new, and I definitely see potential for these to have large fires that are either spreading, maybe there's some kind of collapsing going on, or we have to break through some windows. These garage doors would be awesome if we could pry them open. Now, if you look at the far left-hand corner, I'll zoom in a little bit more. There's some kind of structure over there. Now, initially I thought it was going to be some kind of trailer home or motor home, but at a second look, I'm starting to think it's something else. But if you guys have any guesses for what this might be, leave me a comment, because I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. I just want to quickly point out that they have definitely focused on a lot of detail. There's moss growing around the top of this fence. And at the far right, I know it's really blurry, but we do have some kind of chip out of the wall as well. And of course, I have to mention, there are those beautiful hills in the background. That looks amazing. Almost looks like the snow, but I doubt that that's what we are actually looking at. But either way, I love the way it looks, so good job to the developers. Now we're going to read the official news that was posted recently about the game. So it's titled September Update Teaser Plus Release News. We'll need your help to test this update before it goes live to everyone. Hey all, as you may know, the next Flashing Lights update will focus on 3 core pillars. Expanding new map, which will replace the original map. Remaining callouts from the original map ported over to the new map, with tweaks to increase variety. And bug fixes. As this update adds various new environments to the new map and ports lots of content over to it, we're going to need your help testing before the update releases to the public. That's why we're now planning to release an unstable version by the end of this month, being September, and then release the update to the public in October. We believe you'll really enjoy the new update, and we hope that lots of you will join us in testing the unstable version. We really appreciate your feedback. Please do jump into the Discord and keep an eye on the announcements channel, where we'll post when the unstable version goes live. Now here's a little message they gave with those images we just looked at. It's titled Update Teaser. We also wanted to give you all a sneak peek at the upcoming update right now. While this upcoming update will not fully populate the new map with callouts, it will introduce lots of new environments ready to be further developed later down the line. Enjoy. So there you go. We will have new callouts on the map, but it won't be across the whole thing. That's very good to know. So if you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and consider subscribing. Leave some comments down below on what you think of this upcoming update, anything you found interesting, or point out anything that I missed. Check out the description to find links for my Discord server, as well as my vlog channel called GP Nation. Would really appreciate you guys checking that one out. I've been having tons of fun over there. And there's also other links such as my Twitter, Instagram, Patreon page, merchandise store, and even the Garrett Plays membership link. You guys are awesome. Bye-bye.